It was supposed to be just another feel-good summer concert, but by the time the lights dimmed at Gillette Stadium, Coldplay's Kiss Cam had unwittingly turned into a live-streamed scandal, dragging two corporate executives into the spotlight, and quite possibly blowing up a multi-million-dollar life in the process. Before the viral chaos, Andy Byron was a rising star in the tech world. A former software architect turned executive, he had built his name quietly but steadily across several startups before landing the CEO role at Astronomer, a fast-growing data platform company based out of Cincinnati. He stepped into the role in July 2023 with fanfare. Married, 2 kids, living in Northborough, Massachusetts, Byron was seen as a driven, assertive leader with an eye for scaling companies quickly. But not everyone at Astronomer admired his style. Some former colleagues later described him as pushy and toxic, alleging he prioritized results over relationships. Still, on paper, Byron's professional life looked pristine. His LinkedIn profile was a parade of promotions, strategic wins, and advisory board seats. Behind the scenes, however, something else was clearly brewing. Enter Kristen Cabot, his co-worker, and more specifically, the chief people officer at Astronomer. With a career in human resources and corporate leadership, Cabot had often spoken publicly about the importance of integrity and trust in the workplace. Her previous roles included high-level HR positions at biotech and fintech firms, and she'd even participated in panels on corporate ethics and diversity hiring. Recently divorced, she too was well-regarded in her field, known for her sharp insight and calm presence. Internally, some saw her and Byron as a tight executive duo, always aligned, always in sync. No one outside their inner circle suspected what was going on. Or maybe they did, but no one expected what would happen next. It was July 16th. Coldplay had taken the stage in Boston for their Music of the Spheres World Tour, and the crowd was electric. During an acoustic break, frontman Chris Martin activated the band's now famous Kiss Cam, scanning the crowd for spontaneous, wholesome affection. Fans waved, cheered, and laughed as couples popped onto the big screen. Then the camera zoomed in on a man with his arm around a woman's waist. She looked away quickly. He ducked out of frame. The awkwardness was palpable. Martin tried to lighten the mood. Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. The crowd laughed, but something felt off. Within hours, the clip hit TikTok, then Twitter, then Reddit. More than 34 million views later, the internet had questions, and amateur sleuths wasted no time. The man in the video was soon identified as Andy Byron. The woman, Kristen Cabot. And the twist? Byron was very much still married. Internet detectives located his wife, Megan Carrion, a respected educator and community volunteer. Family photos from her now-deleted Facebook profile showed 2 smiling children, a golden retriever, and what appeared to be a perfectly ordinary upper-middle-class life. The internet, of course, saw something very different. Once their names hit the web, the memes followed. Byron's LinkedIn was flooded, until it wasn't. The profile vanished overnight. People began screenshotting his title at Astronomer, mocking the irony of a CEO and HR chief caught in a public tryst at a concert meant to spread love and harmony. But it got even more chaotic. A parody apology began circulating online with AI-generated headshots and quotes. Some viewers believed it. Others added fuel to the fire by mistakenly tagging a different Andy Byron, a video designer from Stylo Motion Design, who had nothing to do with the scandal. His response? I wouldn't be caught dead at a Coldplay concert. He even updated his LinkedIn bio to say, not the guy from the Coldplay gig. Back at Astronomer HQ, the mood wasn't exactly light. Within days, both Byron and Cabot were placed on leave. Internally, the board launched a formal investigation. Employees whispered in Slack channels, group chats erupted with speculation. Some celebrated the exposure, describing Byron as a numbers-first boss who lacked empathy. Others were just stunned that something so personal had blown up in such a bizarrely public way. But make no mistake, This wasn't just office gossip. The fallout was financial, reputational, and potentially legal. As the dust settled, Byron resigned from his CEO position on July 19th. The company quietly updated its leadership page, naming Pete DeJoy as interim CEO. No press release, no farewell statement, just silence. Meanwhile, Cabot's future at the company remains uncertain, with sources suggesting she may quietly step down or be reassigned in the coming weeks. Byron's wife, Megan, took swift digital action. First, she scrubbed her social media. Then, she removed his name from bios and deleted years' worth of photos. Friends close to the family said she was devastated but composed. And here's where it gets even messier. Massachusetts law doesn't exactly favor infidelity. If Megan files for divorce, and there's speculation she already has, she could be entitled to a significant portion of Byron's estimated $20 to $70 million net worth. Some legal experts have even weighed in publicly, pointing out public embarrassment could strengthen her case in court. Coldplay, for their part, seemed unfazed, but frontman Chris Martin did offer a tongue-in-cheek update at a later concert. If you're here with someone you shouldn't be, now is the time to go get popcorn. The band has since added a disclaimer to their kiss cam moment, jokingly telling fans to fix their makeup before it rolls. It's a small nod to what's become one of the most unexpected viral stories of the summer. The irony isn't lost on anyone. Two high-ranking corporate executives, ones whose job was literally managing employee behavior, got caught in the most Gen Z way possible on a massive public screen, mid-song, during an arena concert in front of 60,000 strangers. But this isn't just tabloid fodder. It's a case study in modern reputation management. A single moment, one poorly timed public appearance, was all it took to unravel years of professional image building. Even as the story fades from trending pages, it leaves behind lingering questions. Should public events remain private when you're a public figure? Can a CEO recover from viral disgrace? And what does this say about the increasingly blurred lines between personal choices and corporate accountability? One thing's for sure, the next time a kiss cam lights up at a concert, thousands of people might just hold their breath and make sure they're sitting with the right person.